Welcome back to Inside Comcast. You know him as Jackson Montgomery on the ever-popular daytime soap opera All My Children. Walt Willey was recently in Chicago performing at Zanies comedy clubs. Yes, Willey is a stand-up comedian too, and has been for about 20 years. I had a chance to talk to Willey about his lasting soap opera career and his love for comedy, as well as what's in store for the future. You can check out the entire interview on demand by clicking on Inside Comcast.
How you doing? Good, good. You know, my wife and I weren't even sure we wanted to have kids, you know, because we had this great life. You know, I was 44 years old before I had my first child. We had this great life, and then we decided there was something missing. And it wasn't a trip to Belize.
So, Walt, thank you so much for coming back to the Chicago area. Everybody is so excited with the fact that you're back here, but that you're doing stand-up comedy at Zanies.
Yes, I come back here twice a year to do stand-up comedy here at the Zanies clubs. I've been doing stand-up for just about, well, this is my 19th year.
My family, my wife and my children, they live in New Mexico, and I live in New York, so I miss my kids a lot. And what the f is funny about that? Ha! I miss your kids. I'm really worried about my little girl because she wants a stripper pole. She's 10.
So, playing Jackson Montgomery,
Yeah.
Obviously you were saying All My Children was shot in New York
Still
for
is.
the longest time.
Up until December 11th, it will be shot
It
in
will
New
be,
York.
okay.
And then we'll go down for a month, and we'll wake up in Los Angeles January 12th.
And then, my gosh, you're partnered with a character who had been there for so long, Susan Lucci's character for so long.
And that was never supposed to happen.
Everybody knows Erica.
Yeah, and that was never supposed to happen. It wasn't written that Erica and Jack, but they evidently saw some sparks. I love Susan, and we had a good time from day one. I mean, once I got over my initial fear of seeing David Canary and Susan Lucci, and I was overwhelmed. I really was. And I had a few bad days at the top, I'm quite sure. But, you know, we really hit it off personally, and I think you and I don't mean, romantically, but
Right.
just, she's great company, and I try to keep her amused because she works so hard. And they saw some sparks, and all of a sudden they started to write this, and all of a sudden Travis was out and Jack was in. You know, I guess we got involved pretty early on. I think it was after the first year, so 21 years of on and off Jack and Erica. Erica and Jack.
Does it surprise you that throughout the years that there's a network now that pretty much is designed for soap operas as well as, some of the original programming that's out there? Does that surprise you that there is, SoapNet?
Does it surprise me? No. I mean, soaps, daytime dramas are woven very deeply into the fabric of this culture, and many cultures, in fact. We're very specialized in our channels and stations these days, and to have one specialized for this is not a surprise at all. I think it's a great thing.
So if somebody has not seen your stand-up before,
Yes.
what would you want them to know so that they would be able to attend a Zanies event?
Probably plan on going to church on Sunday. They should probably say a good confession, a couple of acts of contrition. You know what I'm talking about.
I do, I understand.
No, I mean, I'm not filthy.
You're not an altar boy either up there, so right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore,
my altar boy. I did that. I talk more and more about my kids than anything else.
That's fun.
Yeah, and
That's
I
fun.
miss them so much that it helps to talk about them, so it's partly therapeutic.
What am I gonna do? And the worst part is, what am I gonna do if God forbid, something happens to their mother, and I have to raise this daughter? I mean, I love her, don't get me wrong, but I can handle the whole menstruation thing. Okay, honey, you're gonna bleed, and when it happens, just, don't swim, and eat a lot of liver, and stay away from packs of dogs, really. Right?
No, I talk about kids, I talk about pets, I talk about growing up in Illinois, I talk about living on a farm, I talk about sex, I talk about wives, I talk about life.
That's great. Well, you could tell you just have a great sense of humor and very passionate
Thanks.
about what you do.
I don't do it unless I like it. I'm at the place in my life where even if I didn't have the money to not do it because I didn't like it, now I'm just too old to do things that I don't like. So yeah, it's a nice place to be.
Well, I thank you so much for coming in to do the interview. It was
My
wonderful.
pleasure. Thank you.